What's going on, guys? Jarno here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Board Kings. Board Kings is an app available on the iOS App Store, and it takes the basic principles of popular board games such as Monopoly and just turns it into a multiplayer app format. I've been playing Board Kings for a while now. Currently on level 59. Every 2 levels you enter a new board. Each board has its own unique aesthetic, although they do recycle some of the patterns and artwork used on each board. At this point, I am currently rating another player on their board, and I find this aspect to be one of the best parts of the game. You raid people in real time, so they're actually going to see my board piece on the board as they're going around. You can see them moving around as they roll. It's a little picture. Oh, I just got busted by a cop. On everybody's board, there are police units. And if you roll the dice and land on the police unit, you get locked up, go to jail. You can use the premium currency, the diamonds, to break out and continue going along their board. Overall, I don't think it's worth it, but I wanted to do it a couple times just to demonstrate what raiding is like in this game. Now, when you're going around the board, every space I land on, you can see a gold amount popping up. I am not actually taking that from the player. The only actions that lead to you actually stealing another player's gold is landing on their piggy bank and breaking it while you're raiding their board, or when you land on the steal tile within your own board. At the end of each raid, you get a basic valuation on how that raid went, up to 3 crowns. You get crowns by completing the board and by landing on their buildings. If you land on one of their primary buildings, or specialty buildings, while you're raiding their board, you actually capture it. And that player has to roll the dice until they land on that tile to free it up. This can be a major pain, especially while upgrading the real estate on your board, because you can't unlock and upgrade your real estate for that section until you fix the damage done. Currently, you're seeing the steel tile. Super simple minigame and a quick way to get some gold. Everything you do within this game, all rewards are multiplied by your dice multiplier. I'm currently running on a times 20 dice multiplier, which means when I roll the event dice, I get 20 instead of 1. And when the bar at the top fills up, you'll get special bonuses such as dice or gold or even potentially diamonds. This game has a plethora of events that they're constantly running. Bunny Chef is one of the reoccurring ones where when you're raiding somebody else's board, if you land on the little baskets that you see around, you get an item. You collect enough of the items, it rewards you with dice. Essentially, the game runs constant reward feedback loops to reward whatever action you're playing in the game, and it works really well. On this raid, I'm currently ending up fairly lucky. Got around a quarter of the board before I landed on the first police unit. 1 tile away from getting an item for the Bunny Chef. Shame I didn't land on that, but that's how it goes sometimes. The crowns, as I was mentioning earlier, those are multiplied by your dice multiplier. When you fill up the bar in that train screen you just saw, it changes the aesthetic of your train and your train carts. As you level up your train, you build up the residual time-based income where you log in and then you can claim some gold. The basic gameplay loop is you're trying to earn as much gold as possible to be able to upgrade your real estate. You upgrade all your real estate and then you can move on to the next level. Every board consists of 2 levels. The first one you run through and you stay on that board. The second level, you run through it again, everything costs more, and then once you finish, you'll actually move on to the next board. Here you can see one of the Bunny Chef baskets I was highlighting earlier, and see the reward I got. It's some gold and dice. But with the number of ways they've implemented in the game to be able to earn dice, even if you're running at a high multiplier, it's not a big deal. You'll go through your dice fairly quick, but you earn them back just as quick. And that really allows this game to be something that you can spend 3 minutes on and pretty much do everything you need to do to continue progressing, or you can spend 20-30 minutes. There's been times where I've spent 20 minutes in a single play session at the highest multiplier just because I continuously kept running dice. And in this portion of video, I'm just demonstrating what I was talking about earlier with upgrading your train, and I just claimed my natural accumulation of coins. The areas with the red flag on the map are buildings that other players have taken while raiding my board. Throughout the course of rolling, I end up unlocking all of these. Here I am highlighting some of the premium features. One major downside to this game are the number of microtransactions that constantly pop up. You have the piggy bank, which I was just showing you. You pay $2 and then you get your stored rolls. The stored rolls is essentially one of those impulse buy features that they've implemented, where every time you roll, a portion of that roll goes in the piggy bank. You fill it up, you break the piggy bank, and you get a bunch of rolls. This game is riddled with the small 99-cent or $2 to $3 transactions where you can buy $400 or $500 rolls, or even get some of the cards. Earlier in the video, you saw the pack of cards opening up. Those go in an album. When you finish the card album, you of course earn a bunch of gold and a bunch of rolls, and everything integrates into another aspect well enough that it is really compelling to try and pay your way through or to get those extra rolls. That's why I specifically refer to them as impulse buys. They don't bring a lot of value, but they've designed the game well enough that it seems like it's bringing a lot of value in that moment. So just be mindful of that. They've done great on their marketing strategy. That little bit of video that we were just watching, that was actually me leveling up, but it was the first level up for this map, so I didn't go to a new board. I'm just continuing on, banking up my gold so I can buy a bunch of real estate upgrades. I really like that in this game, the blue question mark tiles, when you land on them, you get a random card. These cards can range anything from go to the police station, which spawns the police units that help protect your board, It can be Big Bertha, which you saw earlier, a massive dice that falls down and then causes all of your tile spaces to produce gold. You can get extra rolls. You can go straight to the train station to be able to raid other players in real time. On that last roll, if you saw, I call it a pineapple. I think it's actually supposed to represent juice or something. It's a little event that they run. As you're rolling, and as you land on certain tile spaces, like your building tile spaces or your primary building tile spaces, you get the event currency. You can spend that event currency to roll, and it's another means of progression for earning gold or more dice. I'm actually showing it here right now. And every time you roll, when you land on one of the wheel tiles that have the crown encased in the green diamond there, you earn points. You compete with other players on earning the most points, and depending on the spot, it's another integrated form of progression where at the end of the event you'll earn gold, sometimes diamonds, usually a bunch of dice, and then some card packs. The card collections run for multiple weeks at a time, and you can trade your excess cards with other players. There are a plethora of Facebook groups that you can join for trading those cards, or you could actually become friends with others, primarily through Facebook. Link in your Facebook to be able to easily trade and raid your friends list. Anytime you land on a trade station, you will be given the option to raid a random player that is currently in the game, or to raid somebody on your friends list. And this really opens up the doorway for a lot of fun, because you can wreak some absolute devastation on somebody's board. There's cards that you can use that make it so when they land on a tile on their board, they move forward a space. Of course, you can capture the buildings, wreck them, make them have to rebuild their buildings by going around, or, just completely possible that you raid them and get nothing. If they have a bunch of police units, you can expect to not be able to really do much of anything. I just used a card there to send me directly to the trade station. They've got a whole lot of different cards that do a number of things. You've got the Border Patrol, which protects your board from being raided a single time that somebody tries to raid you. So if you have a large friends list and you're high level and they like raiding your board, Border Patrol doesn't really work all that well for you. You've got ones that will put a police unit within the tile you're in. You've got ones that will send you to the train station like I just used. You can occupy somebody's territory, capture the building like I was talking about earlier. You can leave gifts for them, where if they land on that tile like I just did there, they'll actually receive a gift. And I placed that on a building tile, so they'll receive whatever the benefit of the building they land on is, plus the gift I had left for them. There's ones that send you directly to the piggy bank and raid their piggy bank, which does hit the amount of gold they have. And with that in mind, anytime you amass an amount of gold, you want to spend it before logging out, because you never know when you come back on and you've been raided by 6 people and you're practically broke again. Luckily, you earn gold very quickly in this game. It's not difficult to upgrade your buildings and go through the board at all, but it can be quite frustrating to forget to spend that and then lose all your progress from last play session simply because you forgot to upgrade. Here, wanted to highlight, one of the board tiles allows you to get new play pieces. As you level up, you unlock new sets of play pieces. When you collect all of the play pieces, you get a substantial reward of, again, gold and dice, because that's the center point of this game. Going through and just showing you some of the ones I've collected so far. If you collect multiples of the same ones, you actually unlock a skin, or you unlock skins for them, and if you go through, collect all the play pieces, and then unlock each tier of the skins, for every tier that you do all of the play pieces, or once you get all the play pieces to that level within that tier, you get an additional reward, and that reward keeps scaling up. You do use the premium currency that can be earned in the game to buy the idols. You get a free idol every so often when you're playing, or a discount for the higher tier idols. I just finished one idol set there, which is absolutely awesome. And I just unlocked the silver skin for the crown here. It takes a total of 3 to unlock the first skin. One of my favorite aspects of this game is collecting the items. I love switching them out, and the art they use is actually very well done. Overall, I would recommend this game.